Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter, and this is just a few days before the release of Monster Hunter Double Cross here in Japan, and we have our last issue of Famitsu, which is our big gaming magazine that's going to be releasing before the game comes out. Now, this is usually when they do a huge recap of everything they've told us for the last gosh knows how many months, and then usually a few tidbits of cool new information. So I just bought the issue. I actually just made a video where I walked through every page, but I realized I was just fumbling over stuff we already knew, so I'm remaking the video just in a way that I can cover the stuff that's new and interesting so you guys get all the new info here and not all the gunk. Anyways, let's just jump right in. I will show you all the pages just so you can get an idea of what the whole presentation was, and then we'll only stop and talk about the stuff that's really meaningful. So here's the opening page, looking really nice and dandy. Hopefully this excites people who've been away from Monster Hunter. I think there was a good amount of people that didn't get Cross here in Japan, so I think they're definitely trying to get them back and also get in some new users. So this is just a recap here of what's cool about the series. And here we go, let's just jump right in here. So one thing that is worth noting is they do talk about the stuff that you can take over from your Monster Hunter Cross save data and what you cannot. And basically in a nutshell, everything carries over because this is just a massive expansion to the game, as well as obviously the new additions like the hunting styles and the new arts and all that kind of stuff. So all the stuff that does carry over is your story progression, your hunter rank. If it was over 9, it gets reset back down to 8 for their progression, but you do keep your old titles that you've unlocked. Your hunter name and appearance. However, when you do transfer your data, you get one shot and one shot only. You can change your name and your gender, which is nice. Any of your weapons, your gear, your palico stuff, your charms, your items, your sets, your zenny, your palicos, they all transfer over. Also, from normal quests, whether you cleared them or not, that stuff will all be saved. Stuff that doesn't get saved is like in-game like flags, like if you had something at the Monster Hunters, or if you had a Hunter for Hire that was out, that'll be lost. Any type of filter settings that you had on your screens, your guild card settings, your playtime. Ooh. Event quests and challenge quests. So if there's an event quest like item that you really want, especially an armor that you want, because we're going to get to that in a second, make sure that you play, download, and get it in Monster Hunter Cross before you transfer your save data, because all those event quests are going to be gone. Now they are going to re-release against all the event quests, but it may be a few weeks before they do it. So again, if there's something in Cross, make sure you do it before you transfer it over. This is just talking about the main features about Monster Hunter Double Cross, which of course we're all familiar with, which is G rank, the addition of two new hunting styles, hunter arts, stuff for the cats, the brave style, the alchemy style, and the beast mode. It's just recapping all the different abilities that you can do in the game and the major loops, so nothing to talk about here really. There's just going over the new maps and the ships that we're already aware of. This is just talking about a recap of all the cats. Now one thing that is cool that I did not know until I read it this time was, we all know that in this game you can take the cat support skills, which are the ones that you can activate, and you can now re-roll them at the dojo. So if you don't like the skill that you got, you can go to the dojo, put them in there, re-roll it, go on a quest, come back and see what you got. So you can build your perfect cat. Cool thing here is that it does mention that it's not just support skills but also passive skills as well. So let's say you didn't have your earplugs, you didn't have your critical up L, well guess what, you can start re-rolling your cat. Now re-rolling is going to take time because you do have to reset a quest, but it's a heck of a lot better than trying to scout one. So this is an awesome killer feature. Of course, also with the Kinsect, being able to raise a Kinsect and move it from one glaive to the other is awesome as well. And all the other additions are very cool. Now they are revealing the 2 breakthrough quests. So Baba Konga, sorry, that's the Japanese name. Kongalala is the urgent to get into the high rank village. So you will have to kill Fire Butt Boy here. And then for G rank, and this is really interesting, the breakthrough quest for G rank is going to be Diablos, which is really cool. I mean, I would have expected Diablos to be like G2 or something. So if I'm assuming this gives you G rank parts. I could be totally wrong. It could be high rank parts and I'm just being an idiot. But Diablos is going to be the quest that will get you into G rank. So get ready to face off against him. This is the daily quest, which is brand new. So twice a day they will have a list of different quests. Here you can see in the menu for low rank or high rank of the daily monster, the daily quest. So what it's going to do is going to take one of the quests that you had in your quest menu, I believe, and it's just going to have a shortcut to it here. And if you clear the quest, if it's selected as the quest of the day, you'll get a lot of additional items, which are monster parts and zenny. So this is definitely the most efficient way to farm a monster or to get parts. So tackling these each day to make sure that you get some bonus parts could be a really good idea, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. Of course, end game we're just going to hunt whatever we want to hunt, but this is definitely a good way to get some extra loot. Here they're just talking about the that system where you can take a level max high rank weapon and bust it into G rank by overcoming the level barrier. I honestly have to see this in game. I have no idea what this means. I don't know if it just means that you can take your high rank weapons and move them into G rank easier, or whether or not it actually has a deeper meaning. I have no idea. So I will let you know once we get the game. Here they're just talking about the new researcher in the thing, where you can then pay or do whatever you can to unlock certain things, which such as, you know, expanding your inventory slots, your box size, and all that kind of stuff. And this is really the meat of the video here, which is transmogging. I know that sounds like a Harry Potter word, and even I didn't know what it meant until like a year ago. But basically, you can take one base armor. So let's say it's the base. Let's say I really like what this set does, which is the Barufaruk set. But I really like the appearance of the Burna set. Well, you can then take this set and then fuse them together so that you have the appearance of one, but the capabilities of another. Now you will lose both of these sets. If you notice here, they take the Dino S helm and they take some other headpiece, and then they fuse them together and it becomes a new item. It has its own icon and even glows as well, so that you know that it was transmogged. But they do mention that you're able to break them back apart into their original items. However, you don't get back obviously the materials that you spent to transmog, which is going to be, and they mention it up here, it's a special type of transmogging material that you can get by trading the Horns coins. So this means that this feature is only available to G rank hunters. If you are low rank or high rank, you are not going to be able to use this. G rank only. For most of us that doesn't matter, but it is an interesting point. So you will need to have the Horn coins, which you get from doing G rank quests, and you will have to pay some money as well. And you obviously need the sets that you want to switch. They also do mention that you can do this for Prowlers as well, so I can't wait to do that, because there are a lot of really cool event or low rank sets that look really good but may not play very good. So now you can take the capabilities and just bring them right into whatever armor piece you want. So fashion hunting is going to be off the rails. I definitely want to know what you guys think about the transmogging, so let me know down in the comments below how you feel about it. I think it's a fabulous addition for a game like this, and really is going to buff up the playtime. I can't wait. Over here they're just talking about, I don't even want to cover this much to be honest, but you have the ability to have items delivered to you during a quest. I really hate that idea. I think it goes against the idea of preparing for a quest. But one good thing is that all the examples they're showing here are really like low level beginner stuff, like, you know, getting some pickaxes or some potions or rations sent to you. Nothing really to write home about or to even care about. Hopefully this doesn't become a thing, because I don't like the idea. Here they're just going over all the different stuff, like how to play the game and all the different arts and stuff. And really that was it. I mean, they have a page here where they talk about each weapon. They show the 4 hunter arts, because there is only one new one, and then there's the existing 3. And then they talk about the styles, and they do talk about the Brave mode combo pass. But you can see all this on the web manual right now. There's no need to go over it right now. And they just go over that for each of the weapons, and all the weapons are really fun. I can't wait for them. Yeah, and now they're just talking about the SP, and then they show a bunch of monsters, but they don't show any that are new that we didn't know about. So there's no reveals here, which is kind of cool, because it makes me think that they have new monsters in the game that they're just not telling anybody about, and that's going to get people to get really excited and get on like Twitter and talk about it. So here they're just showing off a bunch of monsters. Again, we're familiar with all of these already, and that they're returning. So nothing to really talk about here. Deviants, obviously this isn't all of them, they're just showing some examples here. And Barufaruku, our new flagship, as well as Monday Morning Diablos, and all the deviants for the other flagships. Malfestio, I cannot wait to see the type of armor that thing might be able to give. That's going to be sweet. And then some returning monsters, which we knew about. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will be going over this magazine over the next few days to really look at the details and see if there's any tidbits that I'm missing. One thing that they did confirm, I believe, on Capcom TV was that you're able to rename prowlers that you get from other players. So not only can you raise your perfect cat, but you can also share them and people can enjoy naming them whatever they want. So lots of really cool changes here and there in this game, and we'll be discovering more of them as the game comes out here this Saturday. And I will be tweeting like a storm, so follow me on @Evanko on Twitter. And until next time, guys, happy hunting.